Welcome to Fantastic Fiber Friday. Today I'm going to show you how to do a push-up boucle, which is very similar to the boucle we did last week, except it has a little bit more texture. And we're using still two of the same yarns. You need one thick yarn, one thin yarn from the boucle recipe, one tightly spun, one loosely spun, and what was the other one? Well, hello, Deanie. He just jumped up by me on the table. I don't know if that showed up in the camera or not. And one low twist yarn and one high twist yarn. So, once again, I've got my cotton high twist right here. And it's pretty thinly spun. And for this, I've chosen red and black hand spun that is spun thick and thin. And the technique is almost the same as what we did last week, except the one thing you do differently, gotta hold that taut because I've already started some, is that when I hold this, I put my hand underneath the yarn and just let the looser yarn slide over your hand, the one you want to wrap, and hold the other one very tautly. And I found this seems to work best if I leave an index finger out so this doesn't go flying over my hand. So here we go, and you're just going to pull the bottom one and let the other one feed on, and then what you're going to do is you're going to stop every now and then, or even while you're spinning, and push a little bit up, push the loops together. And what that's going to do is that is going to give you some more texture, and I'm sure you can see it where the white is and where the white isn't. I usually do like every other one. I will go ahead and push up. It's a technique that takes a little bit of getting used to, but it seems to be working fairly well. Then you want to stop and check, because this yarn will need to be cabled, and you can cable it with either a fine strand of silk. I keep some 60, what is it, 60/2 is like weaving silk, or mine's 70/2. I have some of that in stock. I keep it on a cone so I can dye it any color I want, or you can ply it back onto itself, and I'll kind of give you an idea what that's going to look like here in a second. And I'm just letting that other strand just wrap around. To give you an idea what that looks like, I'm going to stop here and pull some out. And take my little orifice tool here. It's a little bit easier sometimes if you use an orifice tool for this. Let me stretch it back out again to weigh it down and kind of see how it would look spun back on itself. So there you go. And this is what they call a push-up boucle. And my yarn's thick and thin, so some spots are going to be thicker, some spots are going to be thinner. If you use an even yarn for this, I think it actually comes out a little better. But this is what I had spun up, so I'm just using what I had spun up, and get my hands back in place here. Because it got a little bit tangled when I tried to show. There we go. Oops, I started going the wrong way. And once again, you do want to spin. You do want to make sure you spin in the direction of the tighter yarn. Yeah, I'm making a mess here. And it does happen. I shouldn't have stopped. There we go. go ahead and just get that on there real quick. I also have done it this way, which I find using two hands just makes it a little easier, because you can use one hand to hold it taut and the other one to make sure to push up your wraps. But that is how you make a push-up boucle. And for some reason it feels like my wheel is going really fast. And you're going to need significantly more of the wrapping yarn. I mean, more than you would need for a regular boucle that we did last week. So bear that in mind if you decide to go ahead and make a push-up boucle, that you're going to need a lot more of the yarn that's wrapping. And you'll excuse my husband's pager there. He's not on call right now, but he still has it on him, obviously. That is really all there is to making a push-up boucle. And like I said, you will need to cable this yarn to keep the wraps from moving. Which once I get this all spun, I will cable it. I hope you found this video informative and helpful in your art yarn making endeavors. I know I've been having a lot of fun doing this series, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week.